Dreamers, episode 65 of Daydreamin'. Welcome on back. I'm hyped. I'm recording this Tuesday night late, technically Wednesday morning, and just want to fill you guys in that we had just an amazing week of dream streaming. Just so much support, be it on Twitter, Instagram. You guys last week for the Daydreamin' at 2 episodes that we had for the dream stream. We've had some really good things going on, guys, and it's just, it started with Earthbound on a return stream. So many new people. It was so super hyped. I was ecstatic, to say the least. Then on Saturday, we rolled on into Dead Cells, and we were rocking Dead Cells. And that was the first time I ever played the game. I only watched it on other people's streams, such as like Jakenheimer, for example. And it was a lot of fun. It was only frustrating in the sense that I thought I was doing well enough, but learned that I need to be more patient and execute better with my dodges and my ability to evade the enemies. Rolling on over into Sunday, we rocked 2 PBs out of 3 games. By the time we hit Mega Man 2, I was fried. I thought I could do it, but I just couldn't. I couldn't put it all together. So, backtrack a little bit. Zelda Link's Awakening, we've now got it down to 2 hours and 18 minutes. I will put, as soon as we get sub 2 hours, I'm going to turn a time in for Link's Awakening. And then I'm also going to make that video and put the video up on YouTube. But not until it's, even if it's just 1 second under 2 hours, then I'll do it. But not until then. That's kind of where I'm forcing myself to have to reach you before we do it. Okay, so there's that. Next, though, we played Contra, right? Typical. But what's not typical is we switched it up to the Japanese version. So when you guys normally have watched me in the past, I've played the North American any percent category. Well, I decided to go and try some different categories because I felt that I wasn't improving enough on the North American any percent. And I was like, how else can I improve on it while still practicing it but not getting bogged down that we're not getting a PB? Different category, as long as it wasn't going to change too much of what I need to execute. And with on Contra, doesn't make sense. With Contra, that's not the issue. It works out great that I can go to different categories and continue to work on my skills. So we played Japanese any percent. And man, I tell you, we got robbed on that game. The Japanese version is so beautiful. Like really, like the leaves are moving, the water is moving, the snow level has snow raining down on us. It runs smooth. It transitions to the next extremely quickly. Obviously, during the speed runs, I skip the cutscenes, but it has cutscenes as well. All these factors are into it, but you can run it faster. It just runs faster. And so we grinded that night, and we got it to 10 minutes, 52 seconds, and 3 thousandths, hundredths, a tenth of a second, 300ths of a second. So hold on. We were 2/10 of a second faster than the former third place individual, who's a very nice gentleman. Him and I've actually conversated for a little bit, and it was really cool to be able to say I finally have a top 3 for something. And so we were able to do that, right? And that was a whole lot of fun. Rolling on into Monday, Mix It Up Monday is our first Monday stream since it might be Memorial Day weekend of last year. I'm trying to think of any time since then that we did a Monday night stream. Maybe Labor Day. We did a Monday night stream. So that was really cool too. We were able to add Mondays to the mix. It's going to stay as a part of it. We played some more Dead Cells. DOS Postman made his 84th guest appearance on the Dream Stream. And he was a little frustrated because it was the first time he ever played the game. And thus, he was like, oh man, how am I going to get this down? And he felt like he wasn't giving you guys a good enough show. he did brilliant. He kept on trying. He was getting a little bit better, getting more and more used to it, and I could see him getting a lot better at the game if we keep playing it. But if we play other games, play other games. Then here comes today. So we got that PB. I feel we could still improve on our time, but when I looked at our difference for the Japanese any percent and our sum of best versus our PB time, it was a difference of 1 second. That's pretty damn good, right? So not that I can't improve on it, I can. It's just it's going to be a more of a grind, I assume, before we can accomplish that. So I was like, well, how can I still keep on getting better? One of the things I need to learn in the runs is to avoid getting the barrier, because if I can avoid getting the barrier, it takes time to get it for the 2 sections or 3 sections I like to get it in, and that is in the waterfall, in the energy zone, and the hangar. I really like in the barrier in those. It's helpful in the alien layer, but it's not as necessary. And like it doesn't, I don't lose time by getting that barrier. So what we did though is we ran another category, and we still play the Japanese version because I'm having fun playing that one. We played Japanese low percentage. Low percentage means that we're not going to play with any of the power ups. No spray shots, no rapid fires, no barriers, and that way I can start to get better at that, right? So we kept going. We finally established a time, and then I was like, guys, we gotta get one PB based off of our established time. When we established it was at 14 minutes and 50 seconds, and I felt like that's too long. We should be able to do better than that. Finally, right when I was like my forearms and my shoulder were starting to burn, we were able to put one more solid run together and got a 13:31. If they verify it, we'll have another top 3 for Contra. Yes. Oh, that's something. I'm stoked about that. So, guys, we're gonna keep on trying to see different categories that we can run for Contra. There's only one. No, there's 2 other ones. One of them is really, I'm not ready for it personally yet, and that's the pacifist run. In the future, I might go for that, but right now I'm not ready for it. I eventually want to do low percentage North American as well, and I really want to accomplish that. Maybe get like a top 10 in that one, because that's also a decently competitive one. And yeah, so I want to accomplish those things so that we can really feel that when I go back to North American any percent, that we can hopefully gain 10, 15, 20, 30 seconds. You know what I mean? Because we've worked on so many other factors and really got it down. I'm hoping that's going to be the case. So let's see here. What else is there to wrap up? I mean, got back into working out this week. Took the weekend off from bowling. Normally I practice bowling on the weekend. League doesn't start back up until September, so I'm going to be off bowling for about 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how my knee feels. It felt great this week. I worked out my legs. I did the rehab exercises I feel will be the best for me to recover and be back to normal general Andrews when it comes to bowling and fitness and all that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty pumped about that, because that went really well. It was great to see Power Crunch again. That was awesome. Man, guys, that's really it, because there was so much going on with the Dream Stream. It just felt so good to be back hanging out with you guys, and you guys have shown so much support. We're gonna go to next level. Oh, some of you might be asking, what the heck's going on here? Are you okay, General? So every time I'm done speed running, and a lot of times even like an hour to 2 hours before I speed run, I try to ice the muscles that bother me. So when I'm speed running, or in general, using the computer for so many hours, the muscles that will definitely bother me, hands down, are going to be my neck muscles, be it the backside, where it's going to be more my traps, right? Because there's your upper traps, your middle traps, and your lower traps, but mostly the upper and middle traps are going to be really affected by the computer and speedrunning. The front of the neck is going to be from light absorption. Too much of this stuff going on, and so I will try to get a little bit of ISO here, but it's not as the front of the neck's a lot more sensitive to cold, extreme colds. And yeah, so I'm bringing the swelling down. Later, I'm gonna be icing my forearm and biceps. I'll move this ice on over to my shoulder too. Bring all that stuff down. When that swelling goes down, my body has a chance to heal and recover, and that way we don't miss any time. Nothing bad happens, right? Or we try to avoid it. That's by being proactive. It's a bummer to be reactive when you do things with your body. Let's say if you did a labor-oriented job, or you're an athlete, whatever it might be. Or let's say, for example, let's say you're a competitive gamer or speedrunner that falls in that same overarching where you're using your hands, your body to be able to perform the game at a high level. Well, how can you keep on performing at a high level if you're always hurt? These are different ways that you could help yourself get past it. I do at max 20 minutes on, and if I do decide to do it for 20 minutes consecutive on one muscle area, right, whatever the diameter or circumference that I was having the ice pack on, I would then make sure not to ice that area for a minimum of 60 minutes. Okay, so I'll move it to a different area. And let's say I was icing like 3 or 4 different areas. Eventually I can come back around to it because it's been that full hour. Just don't overdo it, please, guys. Do a little bit so you can bring it down, so you can heal, but don't overdo it so you actually get you can get ice burns if you keep ice on for too long in a specific area. Good stuff, guys. Dreamers, thank you again. I'm going to have the Japanese any percent right here for you guys to watch. Thank you for subscribing, and dreamers, I will catch you on tomorrow's episode of Daydreamin'. Dream on!